2015 North Carolina State Fair. My name is James Romer, and I serve as the assistant manager for the fair. It's hard to believe, but it's once again time to showcase the best of North Carolina's youth and agriculture and have a lot of fun along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand for the presentation of our nation's colors. With us today is the Honor Guard from the North Carolina Forest Service. Singing our national anthem is Dr. Monica Jones.
Go, team, ho! On time, ho! Forward, ho!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the racket's red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, we would like to recognize special guests in attendance. Members of the Board of Agriculture, wave your hands if you're with us today. Members of the Commissioner's Circle. Members of the General Assembly, Senator Chad Barefoot, Senator Rick Gunn, Senator Brent Jackson, Representative Mark Brody, Representative Jimmy Dixon, Representative Dwayne Hall, Representative Pricey Harrison, Representative Bobby Richardson, Representative Lee Zachary, from the State Budget Office, Chloe Gossage, and Nathan Nuffman, Deputy Director. As well, the Commissioner of Division of Motor Vehicles, Kelly Thomas. Justice Paul Newby, Supreme Court. Valerie Zachary, State Court of Appeals. And Commissioner Amy Ellis, North Carolina Education Lottery. As well as we have leaders from our state's agricultural organizations. Please wave to the crowd. Thank you. Well, North Carolina State Fair has received many accolades over the past years. I'm happy to announce to you today that the most recent accolade bestowed upon the North Carolina State Fair from the USA Today Readers Poll. The North Carolina State Fair was ranked in the top 10 state fairs across the country. And that particular distinction is based upon readers of USA Today, but also it has to go back to all of you, all of those people that have come to the fair and have cherished fair memories from the past, and hopefully over the next several days make fair memories as well. And now everyone, please welcome to the podium for remarks a friend of agriculture and a friend of the fair, Commissioner Steve Troxler.
Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful morning to kick off the 2015 North Carolina State Fair, and to quote the theme this year, truly nothing could be finer than this day. I have to tell you that 2 weeks ago, in the midst of 12 straight days of rain, I wondered about the State Fair and how it would be this year. But you can see we're over the rain and the skies have been beautiful, so I look for a wonderful fair this year. I can tell you that nobody on my staff wants to be put in charge of the weather for the State Fair, because it is like farming, it is weather dependent, and it depends on good weather for success. So the rain's out of the way, and here we go. I am so proud to be a part of the tradition that is the State Fair, and to citizens across the state, this is the event. This State Fair does exemplify the very best our state has to offer, whether it's the competition, the agricultural exhibits, the music, the food, the rides, the artwork, or the heritage crafts. There are a lot of people that work hard behind the scenes to put this event on every year, and this year maybe even more so. But this past year we lost 4 members of the State Fair family, and I want to take a moment to recognize, and if you would, after I introduce who these were, if you would join me in a moment of silence in honor of them. Ms. Betty Shaw, Ms. Alice Mangum, 2 of the longtime employees in our entry department. Mr. Buddy Sussens, who worked tirelessly on the grounds crew, and last, Mr. Jay Burton, who was a second-generation member of the village of yesteryear. If you would now have a moment of silence for them. Thank you for honoring them. As we gather here today to officially open this year's edition to the fair, I'm pleased to hold this ceremony in this new tobacco pavilion. I just mentioned the people that work hard behind the scenes to put this event on, but I want to recognize some of the groups that have been involved in this project. This looks like a simple building. It's a pole shed. Should have been easy to construct, but believe me, it wasn't, especially when you start construction and it rains about every day. So it did turn out not to be simple, and you are now standing and sitting at what used to be a part of the bottom of this lake. There was a little finger that came through here, and we had to fill it. When the 12 days of rain came, anybody that's ever built anything knows that construction and rain don't go together well. In fact, in the beginning, they had said, "Commissioner, what's the contingency plan if we don't get this building built?" And I said, there is no contingency plan. We will have this building built. About 2 weeks ago, I said, David Smith, you might need to start looking at a contingency plan. I'm not sure. But there were so many people that worked so hard, and the contractors, the subs, the architects, everybody that had anything to do with this building went way beyond the call of duty to get this building open, and I want to thank all of them for the hard work that they put in. And I think After the trials and tribulations that we went through with this building, it is very special, and I think everybody understands that. I want to thank Kristen Hess, Sauer Ransmeyer, Nicholas Zasgrove, and H&H Architects for helping bring this vision together. And this started as a vision of mine from a pole shelter in Catawba County that was over 100 years old. Kristen took that vision, and you see what we've got. It's absolutely wonderful. I want to thank Ed Dreyer and Ron Jones from Rancelli Construction and their supporting contractors. There were many long days and even into the nights. Nobody quit, nobody gave up, and I can tell you that it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Ron was actually the superintendent on this project, and he has spent countless hours, early mornings, late nights, to make sure that this project was finished for the fair, and it was no small task. I want to thank many graders and subcontractors on the project. Some of them are in attendance today, and if all of you that worked on this project would please raise your hand so that I can recognize you. Join me in thanking them. If you had seen this place, the village of yesteryear, and this 2 weeks ago, you would understand that these people really pulled us out when we were stuck in the mud. This was nothing but red mud from one end to the other. It's almost amazing. I'd like to acknowledge also members of my staff who were involved in this project, Kent Yorkton and Dave Martone with our property and construction office, and of course Weston White and all of the state fair staff, including Dudley Baggett, who does the grounds work and actually built this fence around this week. So it's absolutely amazing that we're here today and doing this. And we named it the Tobacco Pavilion. There's a reason for it. Tobacco has always been a big part of the history of the state of North Carolina. It continues to be an important part today. The tobacco that we grow has built universities, has built roads, churches, and communities all over the state. We never need to forget that. Whether you like tobacco or not, it is a part of this tradition, so we wanted to do that here. The history is well represented here at Heritage Circle, from the working tobacco bar that we have up here, and a tobacco stringing or tying contest, depending on whether you're from the west or the east, but that's going to take place later today, and we will build the barn, and we will cure that barn like it did in the state fair. Agriculture has always been the heart of the state fair, and it remains the same today. Throughout the fairgrounds, you're going to find examples of this state's $76 billion agriculture and agribusiness industry, which includes food, fiber, and forestry, and it's not an accident, it's very much on purpose. Think about the many generations of people we have in North Carolina that have never been on a farm, that are far removed from the farm, so this is the time to educate people about why we have this big agricultural industry and how important it is to see that. When you go to the livestock shows and you see the children in the exhibits exhibiting their livestock in the Graham and Kelly buildings and the Expo Center, you get a sense of what this means to North Carolina. And I hope all of you can take the opportunity to see that. We've got the Field of Dreams exhibit up here that they can see examples of crops growing in harvested crops and horticultural crops, and you see competitions in the Expo Center. We've got a new ag tent that we started last year that is a great example of technology and the new things in agriculture. I hope everybody will take the opportunity to go see that. Next week, Bear Crop Size, one of our partners in the agribusiness partners in the ag tent today, is going to be promoting Ag Literacy Week, which is another educational opportunity for our citizens. One of the exciting things today about Big Year, we are also celebrating the 100th anniversary of the North Carolina Forest Service, and these are the people that protect our forests and help ensure that we have the natural resources for years to come. And I try to impress on people, not only are we protecting the forest, we're protecting the homes and businesses that are in conjunction to the forest. We rank #1 in the nation in the amount of buildings in conjunction with forests, so we have a big job just to protect these buildings. If you look behind me, you're going to see, also see more of our partners that work in an effort to raise awareness about agriculture in North Carolina, from farm organizations, commodity associations, the Board of Agriculture, university leaders, and our commodity organizations are all here to broaden that message about agriculture's importance. And I appreciate each and every one of them and know how hard that they do work. It's important that we help people understand that agriculture and agribusiness are a dynamic industry that continues to grow. And believe it or not, the number one reason that people come to the fair is the food. I don't guess that's surprising. But I want people to also remember, without agriculture and without farmers, we wouldn't have anything to deep fry. You can deep fry nothing all you want to, but you still don't have anything. So the farmers grow all of this food. So that's what I want people to take away from this event today and from the state fair, the importance of the farmers and our agricultural people to this state now and into the future. All food starts on the farm. So holding the opening ceremony here to mingle with the rich tobacco history is particularly fitting, but it's a part of agriculture, remember that. This pavilion is a great addition to Heritage Circle, and I think you can visualize in the future all of the important events that can be held here, and it'll be open to the public during the year for weddings, wedding receptions, family reunions, you name it, that's what it's here for. So we're very proud of that to be here. And next Friday, we're going to hold the mock tobacco auction in this building for the first time, so that will be another celebration. Behind me, there's something else I want to point out. We've got something new coming. And that's Casey Cardinal, our new state fair mascot. Back in 1968, the fair held a contest to create a mascot for the state fair, and Casey the Cardinal was born. So this Casey is more like the original Casey's grandson, or you might call him Casey the Third. So we've got something new and old in Casey. This is a great promotion. Casey is a big hit with school kids particularly. We spent a lot of time in schools this year, so this is another great promotion for the state fair. I think you'll see we rearranged some things this year. One of the things that we took away from the fair last year was that we needed to sit down this year and think about how do we renew the fair, breathe some fresh air into it, make it new, make it invigorating. So we spent a whole year doing that, and there's some things that are really, really important. First of all, the Folk Festival has been here 68 years. We'll now be moving into the arena during the daytime. It's a great place to showcase the dancing and musical talent that we have here in North Carolina, so we're proud about that. And then in the evening, Gordon Arena is going to come live with showcasing our North Carolina performers. We've got over 80 bands that will be in North Arena, the Waterfall stage, and the Bluegrass stage, and they're all North Carolina bands and North Carolina talent. We're the only state in the union that is doing that, so this is the first of something we're very proud of. Last year we tried something that was a huge success, is moving the livestock sale of champions into the main part of Graham, the Graham building. It was just unbelievable success. So that's going to take place at 6 o'clock tomorrow, and these hard-working young people are going to show off their champion animals to the buyers, and the proceeds from this, a portion of it goes to scholarships for participants in the show, and a portion of it goes to the winning entry. So it's a good way to do this, and we're very proud of it. Military Day on Wednesday, please don't miss that. We're going to have a military parade around 11 o'clock and special musical performances during the day. But I know we're going to have a rocket launcher, a tank, and a Bradley fighting vehicle. And I think the Black Hawks are going to do a training mission overhead while we're doing that. So that's a great way to tell our military men and women how much we appreciate it. And keeping us free is a big part of what this nation is all about. I want to say too, the Military Appreciation Day is sponsored by the North Carolina Educational Lottery, and I want to thank them for their sponsorship of this event. It's a big part of the North Carolina State Fair. This is a great partnership and one that we're really proud of. Hunger Relief Day, you want to come to the fair cheap? Bring the food. That's what it's all about, and we'll be collecting truckloads of food to support the food bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. But most of all, I'm looking forward to seeing families enjoy themselves and having fun. I was asking on TV last night, what's the best part of the fair? The best part of the fair for me is seeing people come in, enjoy themselves, have fun. And you can see that I've got my grandkids here today. This is Jackson Troxler, and Savannah Troxler is also here. But when you get to see the fair through their eyes, that's something very, very special. So I'm very proud of that. We've added something for them this year. In the area where we're growing the crops and for the kids up there, we put in sand, and we've got little riding gators and pedal tractors for them to come out and play in the dirt. All the high-tech rides and all that we have, I know that what kids really like to do is play in the dirt. So we've got dirt. So I hope the kids come out and really enjoy that, and I think that will be a huge success. I want to thank all of you for coming out again this morning. I want to officially open the 2015 State Fair, and we're going to cut the ribbon, and I'm going to ask all of my friends behind me to come up and participate in cutting this ribbon.